All right, so, okay. Welcome to Mat Pilates. This is a 1-hour Mat Pilates class. This is Callie, the little Frenchie, with all her toys. She likes to play with her toys. And I know. And so today's class, we're going to be doing a scapula stability, mobility focused class. So with your scapula, they are where your arms really start. You know, when I talk about where your arms are, they start from your back. So the scapula are also the sort of wings that move up and down your upper back. They're the most mobile part of the shoulders. And they protract, which means this was your scapula, sort of like imagining my own scapula. It would protract this way around, and then they retract to come in together, okay? So we're gonna work on scapular mobility, yes. And we're gonna do some protraction, some retraction, and then we're gonna learn a little more about how to work the stability and the anchoring of the scapula. Okay, so that's a really important part of how you hold yourself in planks, and also when we do like the upper ab curl and you want to anchor the shoulder blades in, so you're not just like hanging out with your arms and your shoulders. They're anchored into your upper back. That's right. Yes, they are. Okay, so let's have fun with this, and hopefully you'll feel the work in your serratus when you anchor into your scapula. So we'll get started on our backs. Are you ready, Kelly? All right, let's do it. Come on down. And this is our supine home position. So it's a really wonderful place to start focusing on your breath. And you have the mat underneath you as your imprint. You know, it's kind of like a gauge to see where the weight of your skeleton is, the weight of your body. And you want to think about the anchor points of your heels, your sacrum, so not your low back, but your sacrum, and then your back ribs, and then your scapula, okay, your wings, and then the back of your head. So a lot of times we don't feel our back body. We don't really necessarily have that awareness. There's a lot of reasons for that, because we move forward and we look in a mirror, and we always are looking at our front body. And typically movement classes, you know, you're really thinking a lot more about your front body. But in this style, we're going to think a lot more about our back body. So it's really mindful. Yeah, it's a really great practice. Okay, start with your hands on your side ribs, and then inhale, expand down and wide into your rib cage. As you exhale, the ribs close, and you open your mouth a little bit, opening the lips slightly. Inhale, expand into the ribs, into your hands. And exhale, slight opening of your mouth. Inhale, feel your back ribs expand down into the mat. So you want to feel that your rib cage is pressing into the mat underneath you. And inhale, expand down and wide. We call that the posterior lateral rib cage. Yes, posterior lateral rib cage. And you want to think about all of that sort of working its way through the inner rib cage, the vessel of your rib cage, as you inhale and expand into the back, into the sides. And if you are a visual learner, you can picture a balloon, right? The balloon expands in all directions of the rib cage. And as you exhale, the balloon deflates and it shrinks to the center. Inhale, expand. And exhale, compress. One more time, expand down your back ribs. Feel the sensory of your rib cage on the floor. Exhale, compress, condense, go close into your midline. All right, so this is another thing to really think about is co-contraction. So your co-contraction comes from the abdominal wall. Take your hands into a diamond shape on top of your pelvic bowl. My fingertips are at my pubic bone and my wrists are towards my hip bones. And then as I inhale, I feel the expansion. I move the energy down into my pelvis. As I exhale, I feel the abdominal wall pull away from my hands and away from the pubic bone. Inhale, expand the back ribs, down and wide. Exhale, close the ribs and co-contract. Use your pelvic floor to feel a lift inward from the center. Inhale, expand down and wide. Exhale, co-contract pelvic floor, pulling inward. Feeling that lift, engaging through the abdominal wall. One more time. Inhale, expand. Exhale, co-contract. Feel that lift inward. Okay, great. So that's our breath and our co-contraction. Now that we've found that sensation, let's go into some movement. Start with your arms in parallel towards the ceiling. So your shoulder blades are anchored, right? You want to make sure your shoulder blades are staying on the mat. And then you want to reach up with one hand. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my gosh. He loves to play catch. Okay. I forgot that she's going to climb on me. So we're going to start with the scapular reaches. Take your shoulder blades on the mat, and you want to make sure that they're connected onto the floor. And then start with reaching one arm up. So that goes into protraction. It's the shoulder blade sliding wide. And then bring it down into neutral. The other arm goes up into protraction, and then down into neutral. So inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale. Make the movement start from your shoulder blade and then emanate up through the fingertips. So you're thinking a lot about how your arms start from your back. Okay, that's really important. You're getting mindful about your mobility. You're becoming more aware of what's happening in this part of your skeleton and all the deep muscles that are around it. So going with the pace of your breath, one more time on each side. Okay, we'll add rotation. So as you inhale to reach up, start to spin your pinky in. So you're getting more of an external rotation, which means the shoulder joint is rotating laterally. And then pull it down. Inhale, reach up the other arm from the shoulder blade, rotating the shoulder joint, and then bringing it down. So it's protraction with the shoulder blade, and then it's external rotation with the shoulder joint. Reach and spin. Good. Lift and spin. That's it. Lift and rotate. Now make sure that everything else is really stable. You have your neutral spine, the anchor points are still connecting, and you're not moving the legs, your thighs are parallel. One more time on each side. Okay, and then we'll just switch that rotation. So it's going to go to an internal rotation, going up and then rotate internally with the thumb reaching to the center and forward, and then bring it down. Reach up the shoulder blade, spin the shoulder joint to reach the thumb forward, and then bring it down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Moving with the pace of your breath. And if it helps, you can always close your eyes to make sure that you feel this. You want to make sure you can really tune in to your body here. Tune in to these tiny, tiny isolated movements, which will create longevity of mobility in your body. All right, one more time on each side. Okay, great. From here, the arms are coming down and on the flat on the floor. See if you can reach the shoulder blades sort of down and wide. And you'll feel more of that anchoring sensation that you really need for stability. So it almost feels like I'm kind of like strapping on a tight backpack to my back. That's sort of the feeling I'm getting. And you'll feel the serratus here, which are below your shoulder sockets. And they're the things that hold your shoulder blades in position, into their stability, into their anchoring. And then start with a nose nod. Bring your nose down and then bring the nose back. So you're sliding the back of your head to do this. Sliding the head with the nose. And imagine your nose is like a laser pointer. You're moving that laser pointer just a little bit on the ceiling. And we're getting a little more freedom in our head and neck. Keep the shoulder blades anchored, down and wide. One more time, just moving the head a little. And then we'll turn the head. So slide the back of the head onto the side of your head so nothing moves, and then come up to center, reversing that motion. Take it the other way, turn your head to the side, slide the head with the nose. So really focusing on keeping everything else anchored, everything else really stable. You're finding the work in the muscles around your neck. Okay, one more time on each side. And switch. All right, now we're going to take our hands to the base of our head. So bring it to an interlace at the base of the head, pressing the fingers up against the crease of your cranium. Draw your elbows into your peripheral vision and feel the scapula anchor, reaching them down and wide. So it's almost like you're feeling this pressing of the shoulder blades into your back ribs. Okay, hold this with your shoulder blades and arms. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, curl your head off with your shoulder blades off the ground. So this is called head float. Inhale, long spine, co-contract, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, float your head. Feel the co-contraction pulling up through the sternum, through the throat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, head float. Inhale, co-contract and grow long. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, float your head. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale, rolling it down. All right, really good. Now we'll take this into scapular circles, or sorry, rotating arms. So take your arms out like a T. Go over here. Rotate your arms like a T. And we're going to start with turning one arm, one hand into external rotation. So I'm starting from the shoulder joint, rotating, and the thumb follows. And then my gaze goes to the thumb that's up. And then start by turning the thumb down, turn your head, and spin the other arm so the thumb comes up. Let's see. I'm going to do this seated so you can see what I'm doing. So one thumb goes up as you spin from the shoulder joint, and then my gaze goes to that thumb. And then I'm going to spin it down as I spin the other shoulder and look towards the thumb. So we're adding the things we just learned, the head sliding with the nose and the shoulder joint rotating. So it's an internal and external rotation of the shoulder. Yep, and you're just really feeling how it's working in the hip joint. The shoulder joint and the shoulder socket. Go see mama. Go see mama over there. Oh, I love the squeaky toys. So cute. And then you're really feeling the work coming from the deep, deep shoulder socket. This is a great way to create more mobility in your body. Okay, one more time on each side. You're adding your gaze, right? And then I want us to do one more thing. Now that you've got your gaze at the thumb that's up, I want you to turn your sternum towards that thumb. So there's more rotation coming from your T-spine, your thoracic. And then rotate and switch. Turn your sternum to face the same direction that you're looking. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Rotate from the sternum. See if that other shoulder is going to come off the ground to do the look with your sternum. Inhale there and exhale, rotate, lifting the opposite shoulder as you turn your chest, your heart, your sternum. Inhale. Exhale, rotate, turning your heart to gaze to the thumb. One more time. Exhale to rotate and gaze with your heart towards your thumb. All right, really good, really good. Take the arms down by your side, anchor the shoulder blades down and wide through your back. Okay, so next we'll do a little bit of pelvic stability and then we'll start moving, okay? So with the pelvis, we're gonna go into north and south. This is something I teach pretty much in every mat Pilates class. So start with an inhalation to create length through the sacrum and cranium. And exhale, curl your tail into north, bringing your pubic bone towards your navel. And take an inhale here. Long spine on your mat. Exhale, reach the tailbone forward and down, pressing into the mat, lifting your sacrum. That's a south tilt. Inhale here. And exhale, north, lift from the tail, press the sacrum. Inhale. And exhale, press the tail down, lift the sacrum. Inhale. And exhale, north. Inhale. And exhale, south. Okay, one more time, inhale. And exhale to north. Good, now we'll find stability. Bury your sacrum without going into north. So the difference is, if I was in north, you would see more of the glutes sort of lifting. I want the sit bones, the hamstrings to reach down, okay? I want to bury my femurs down into the floor. And then feel that your sacrum is flattening on the mat. And that doesn't mean to go super deep into that, because then you'll find that you're flattening your whole back, and we don't want to flatten the low back. We want a little bit, like a tiny, tiny ladybug bridge under your low back. Okay, it's tiny, but it's there. All right, so that's neutral. That's our anchoring of the pelvis. So let's start with our knee folds. Bring your left knee and right knee up. Inhale, tabletop, bring the legs together. So you've got your stability through your pelvis. That's going to be a good challenge. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine on the mat. Exhale to toe tap and lift. Inhale and exhale. So I'm really focusing on my co-contraction, holding my pelvis stable. If this is feeling like your body is overcompensating or if it's overstraining to do this, then I really recommend to alternate your legs, okay? Doing one leg at a time is much more stable than doing both. But if you can find your stability in this challenge, then go for it. Shoulder blades anchor down and wide, so you're broadening and smiling through the collarbones, feeling your connection to the mat. Take a few more, feeling the work of your co-contraction, holding your pelvis really stable. One more time. All right, take tabletop, hold the knees over your hips. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, float your head. Take your hands to your shins. So you're keeping your head in this float position the whole time, and you're able to move your neck. Now inhale, lengthen the legs forward at a diagonal, and exhale, bend to tabletop. Take an inhale to reach, and exhale to bend. Inhale, stretch, exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch, exhale, bend. Now the hands can stay just like this. They can also be behind the base of your head. Or if you want to do the full version, inhale, the arms go back, and the exhale, arms circle forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, circle forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, co-contract. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring it all down for a moment to rest. Good work. All right. So just real quick, slide your right foot down and your left leg up. And give your left leg a nice little stretch with your hands. So holding on to the back of your leg. Yes, yes, yes. And you're giving your hamstring a nice little stretch here. It's a really great way to release tension and circle out the ankle here too. That should feel really nice. And then we'll switch. So take your other leg up and stretch through the hamstring. Ooh, that was a wet toy. That's a wet toy. And keep the femur down. I know, you want me to throw it. It's so wet though. This part's dry.
The volcano.
Yeah, I know the volcano's supposed to be wet. She's like, you're not trying hard enough. All right, you win. You win. Okay, we'll do both legs. Take both legs up. All right. And it's okay if the knees are bent. Don't worry about it. See how much room you have in your hamstrings to grow nice and long. Sink the femurs down into the mat. Okay? And then create length by the energy of the sit bones reaching down and the feet reaching up. Okay. Take your hands behind your base, your cranium base. Elbows in your peripheral vision. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, float your head. Find your nice start position. And then really think about that co-contraction, pulling up like a wave through your sternum, through your throat. Now inhale, lower the legs halfway. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. And you want to be able to control the stability of your pelvis. If your pelvis has to start to lift off into south, that's too far. That means you're not using the core anymore, and it's missing out on the work. So keep the pelvis stable as you work through the co-contraction of your pelvic floor, pulling up and in to bring the legs up. Yeah, I know, it's so fun. You got 4 more. Down and up. 4, down, and exhale. 3. Keep your elbows in your peripheral vision. 2. Good, one more time. Nice. And 1. Yes, she's cheering us all on. Thank you, Callie. Thank you. I know, it's so fun. All right, you can take your feet together into butterfly just to give your inner thighs a little break there. We get a lot of squeezing thighs together. And if you need to calm the nervous system, you can take your hands from your heart to your solar plexus and close your eyes if you want. Make this a more relaxing, calming experience, right? This is resistance training, strength training, body weight, but it doesn't need to be stressful. It doesn't need to be in a fight flight response. We can still feel really controlled within ourselves, within our own abilities, and master the mind, master the breath. Slow the breath down. Inhale, expand your back ribs. And exhale, gentle release through the opening of your mouth. One more time. Inhale, expand the back ribs down and wide. Exhale, letting go. Let it all go. All right. We're going to move on and do some side bridge work. So for side bridge, let's see, I'm going to start with my left side. You can start with whatever side you want. And basically, we want to get the arm to be a little more of a kickstand position, so it's not directly, the elbow is not directly under my shoulder. It's a little more forward into a kickstand. And this is where the anchoring of the shoulder blade has to really be your focus, or else what happens if you don't anchor the shoulder blade is that we're going to collapse into the shoulder joint, and it's not going to like that. It's going to start to be really uncomfortable and start to hurt. And we want to think more about what's happening in the shoulder blade as it reaches down and wide, so you'll feel that anchor. Take your hand to your side ribs, see if you can feel it contract. So just relax first, see what happens there, and then exhale. Press the shoulder down your back and lift the ribs. So you're feeling that pulling up, and that's your shoulder blade. Yeah, it's the thing that's sort of pressing you up. Okay, so now you've got that anchor. Take your other hand to your hip, and you've got your feet stacked, your knees stacked. My feet are in the same line as my hips. So I'm actually, no, bring the feet a little more back. So my knees are sort of reaching nice and long from my hips. So take an inhale, long spine, find your anchor. Exhale, lift the hips into side bridge. That's it. So continuously think about the length of your spine, just like you were on the mat. It's just like the same thing. You've got a nice long spine here, and now we're anchoring that bottom shoulder blade to feel the work of the scapula, to feel the stability of the scapula, which is so important when we do all kinds of planks, push-ups, especially if you're using your arms. It's important to know how to stabilize. Okay, one more inhale, long spine, and then exhale, lower down. All right, we'll do another one, and this time we're going to add a leg abduction. So inhale, long spine, anchor the shoulder blade, and exhale, side bridge, lifting up, and then take your top leg up, just without rotating the hip. Keep it parallel. Long spine, think about co-contraction, lifting up the abdominal wall. One more inhale here, and exhale, lowering down. All right, now we get to take the hand to the side of the head, and I'm staying on my elbow. If you want to take your arm down and lay your head on your arm, you're welcome to do that as well. And we're going to keep those hips stacked for side bridge. Side kick. Start with your top leg and this bottom leg, okay? You can have it in a 90-degree angle for stability, or you can straighten that leg for more balance, challenge. So think about your line of your core. This is challenging when you're on your side because your body has to work really hard to not fall. And that's why I like it. It's a good challenge. It's good to work different lines of the body, right? So staying right here. Take an inhale, find your anchor of your hip, lifting and anchoring from your shoulder blade, and then pressing gently with the elbow. So take an inhale, long spine. Exhale, abduct your top leg, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. So you're really working from the core, stabilizing your core, really work on holding yourself together. Yeah. Working that hip, huh? Good, just a few more. Find a little bit of fatigue. We want to sort of fatigue that leg out. So if you're used to doing a lot of this stuff, this might be not as challenging as you're used to, right? If you're used to resistance, maybe using bands. Oh, I got her. It's like a sneak throw. All right, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, good. Let's hold it. And now we're going to point the foot and go back. And then flex and go forward. Without curling the spine, point and go back. And then flex and go forward. Point and go back. Flex and go forward. Point and go back. Flex and go forward. One more time. Point and go back. Flex and move it forward. Beautiful. Hold it forward just here for a moment for 4, 3, 2, going back and hold. Point, hold. 4, squeeze the glute. 3, 2, and 1. Feel the core. All right. Bend the knees. Come on up. We're going to do a quick stretch. Take that side up and over. Side stretch. This should feel really good in the serratus anterior. Oh yeah, feels so good to stretch it out. After doing that, let's go to the other side. So side bridge first. You're going to do your kickstand with your arm, your elbow a little forward of the shoulder. Stack your feet. Your heels are going to go a little further back so that you have nice length through the legs, through the thighs here. And find the anchor. So take your opposite hand to your side ribs and first relax just to feel what that's like. Exhale, anchor the shoulder blade. So feel it reaching down your back and wide. So it's pressing into your ribs here. You're feeling that stability, right? This is the anchor. It's so important to really understand. Okay, once we feel that anchor, we are ready. You can take hand to the hip, inhale, long spine, exhale, lift up into a side bridge and hold. Stay right there, feel that anchor, tune into the back body. So many times we really don't think about our back body, especially when we think about our arms. I want you to tune into that awareness. The more your mind can focus on that part of the body, the more that you'll be able to feel it and move it and work through it. Right, and get it stronger. So 1 more inhale, long spine, grow long from your head to your sit bones. Exhale, bring it down. Really good. We'll do another one with the leg in abduction. So inhale, long spine, feel the anchor first. Exhale, lift up the hips, hold your anchor, and then lift the leg into abduction. Keep your thighs parallel, so we're not turning the top leg internally or externally. You're keeping everything really long here, keeping the co-contraction going. 1 more inhale, exhale, bring it all down. All right, come on to your elbow, hand on underneath your head. And you're thinking about your shoulder blade, reaching it down and wide, holding that anchor, or you take the, arm down, resting the head on the arm. Option for the bottom leg to be bent at 90 degrees or straighten through the leg, like I have here. And then we'll start with the top leg. So bring it up and down. Exhale, inhale. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You're making sure your core is staying engaged. You're not letting the hips, whoop, yep, just like that. They rock. They like to rock. They want to rock. Your core is stopping that, right? Your core is making sure to resist any urge of swaying or rocking, right? And you're feeling this in the outer hip, gluteus medius. Getting all of that work from the medius muscle. And you want to keep your low ribs nice and contained because they like to flare. Just breathe here. Find your focus. Find that challenge. You want to fatigue a little. For 4, 3, 2, how's that anchor? Hold on 1. Now we take the leg back into a point. Flex and reach forward. Point, squeeze back. Flex, reach forward. Point, squeeze. Flex, reach. Point, squeeze. Flex, reach. Think about your whole spine working together. Emanate from your core as you hold yourself. Feeling the deep, deep abdominal wall. Okay, one more time. We'll hold it forward for 4, 3, 2, and then take it back and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Coming up in the knees. And we'll take a side stretch. The other side. Feeling that beautiful serratus anterior stretch. Especially after all that anchoring that we did, it's really great to stretch it out. Oh, that's a new sound. That was like a vibrating sound, vibrating growl. Would you ever play like tug of war if you had another dog that was just like you pulling a toy with her? Yeah, she does. She definitely likes to play tug of war. She's the best at that game. She prefers. All right, so next we're going to do seated rollback. So come into a seat. And this can be a little hard to find the sitting bones sometimes when our pelvis like stuck in a posterior tilts like this. So think about reaching the sacrum forward. And you may need to scoot the hips back a little. You might need to sit on something, like a tiny little cushion of some kind. Nothing too tall. And then just find that you've got the vertical sacrum here. Your sit bones, your ischial tuberosities are reaching down, they're rounded, and then your feet are about the distance of your sitting bones, so not that wide. All right, we're going to start with the hands around the back of the legs. Seated rollback, we're going to start with our pelvis going into north, and then lengthen through your low back. And find a C curve, just like in our head float. It's like the same position, we've got this C curve. Take an inhale here, keep the nose nodding down, and then exhale, reach the crown of your head forward as you hinge your hips. Inhale, articulate up the spine nice and tall. So we're just really finding articulation. Inhale first, lengthen up your abdominal wall. Exhale to north, finding your C curve and nodding your nose slightly down. Anchor the shoulder blades down and wide. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge from the hips. And inhale, articulate. One more time. Exhale, north, find your C curve, pressing the shoulder blades down and wide. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale to lengthen. All right, so we've arrived to teaser. This is the first variation of teaser. We'll start with taking one leg up into a straight knee as we roll back. So I'll show you what that looks like. Take an inhale first, and then exhale. Start to curl into your roll back as you get your sacrum to come towards the mat. You're going to go a little further. Take your hands off and then straighten the right leg. Good. Are you ready? We're going to go even further back. So go all the way down. And inhale here. The head can come down. Exhale. Keep the legs the same. As you curl from the nose, float your head, and then articulate up your spine into that position that looks kind of like a half boat, and then bending the knee. Okay, we'll do that on the other leg. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, curl into north. As your sacrum goes down, that's straighten through the left leg. And then go all the way down to rest the head for just a second. Arms are parallel. Anchor the shoulder blades down and wide. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, float your head and reach the crown forward. And inhale, articulate up the spine. Good. So it's really like a combination of all the things we've been doing. And then bending that knee. We'll do that again on both sides, both legs, to even it out. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, curl to north. Once the sacrum gets down, we straighten the leg. And then we curl all the way down, anchor the shoulder blades, arms parallel. Inhale first, long spine. Exhale, nod the nose, float the head, and curl up with your C curve. And then create that nice long line. Bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, north. Sacrum down, leg comes up, and go all the way to your back. Flat back, shoulder blades down. Inhale. Exhale, nod your nose, float your head, crown reaches forward, hinge from the hips, and inhale, articulate the spine. All right, go ahead and bring the foot down. Good work. Here we go. We're going to do the full version. Take your legs forward. Now, what happens is as you lower down, same thing, sacrum comes up. Both legs are going to come up, okay? So it's a little more advanced. Feel free to do the same version that we were just doing. Instead, shoulder blades down and wide. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, curl to north. Sacrum comes up, legs come up. And then you take the arms here, or you can go all the way back if you like, okay? Take an inhale. Exhale, nod your nose, curl. And keep the legs where they are. As you come into teaser. You can inhale and exhale, bend the knees. Woo, good work. That's a teaser. So we're going to do that just 2 more times, just a few more. It's really good because you're getting that spine articulation, you're working with your core, you're working against gravity, and you're using your legs and the inner thighs. It's a full body work exercise. It's definitely not for beginners, okay? This is a challenging pose. So we're going to start with seated and legs straight if you are going for the intermediate variation. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, arms anchor, shoulder legs come up, and then we roll down. Option, take the arms back. Take an inhale there. Exhale, nod your nose, float your head, keep your legs where they are, and then lift all the way up. And then let's bend the knees. I'm going to show you one more variation actually, because if you have a wall, you could be doing it on the wall. It's just something to think about. Or you could put your feet on a chair or on a Swiss ball, Pilates ball. Okay, that's something some people do. And it's kind of easy on the hamstrings. Okay, so we inhale And then we exhale to curl to north, legs coming up now. Arms go back if you want the full version. Take an inhale. Exhale, nod your nose, head floats, and then articulate up your spine. So that was just a fun little variation. Go ahead and bend the knees. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now we get to come to our front body. You should feel nice after that work. Okay, hello. No more toys, huh? No more toys. Well, she has a free weight. Want to work with toys with use your weight? Yeah, you're working out with us, huh? Okay, so we'll do our body float, which should feel like a really good counterpose to all that flexion we were just doing. Get some spine extension here. So for body float, you know, I would recommend a little towel or something under your forehead. It does feel really nice to have that support. Arms go back, and then find your shoulder blades. Anchor those shoulder blades. Now that they're resting on top of your ribs, you can maybe feel them a little more. Feel them reach down and wide. Smile your collarbones, and your palms are touching your thighs. Okay, press down into the tops of your feet. Feel your abdominal wall engaging, lifting, and that's your home position. Take an inhale, create length through the spine, anchor your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift your head and chest. Yep. Oh, his snorts are so cute. And you've got your abdominal wall engaged, right? That's so important. Take an inhale, go long. Exhale, lower down. So I'm keeping my hands touching my thighs the whole time as a reminder to anchor the shoulder blades. Okay, inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift head and chest. Feel your abdominal wall pulling up from the pubic bone and holding you tightly, engaging you, holding you in. All right, exhale, lower down. Good, one more. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift up. Feel the core, feel the engagement here. Everything's working really hard, holding you tight. And then exhale, lower down. All right, we're going to do the legs next. Start with one leg at a time. Keep that pubic bone down. Bury the sacrum. Because what happens is, when we lift the leg, that we might go into a south, you know, like that. And that's going to hurt our low back. So I want you to push down with the pubic bone and push down with the sacrum. Okay, so you're not going to change the pelvis, and you're going to anchor the pelvis. Keep your arms by your sides, shoulder blades anchor down and wide. Feel the serratus turning on. And inhale, exhale, lift your left leg. Feel the pelvis stable. Work through that stability. Exhale, lower. Or I should say, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. I'm really focusing. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. I'm super focused on holding my pelvis really stable by anchoring the pubic bone and burying the sacrum. So I can keep my pelvis where it is and just squeeze the glute to feel the work. The lower glute crease, that line connecting to the hamstring is where I'm focusing. Okay, just 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more time. Exhale. And inhale. Okay, we're going to switch. Long spine. Inhale first. Exhale, right leg up. Keep that pelvis anchored. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Bury the sacrum as you squeeze the glute. That's it. So you're feeling all that work in the back of your leg without letting the ribs dump, without letting the abdominal wall cave. You're keeping everything engaged, pulling up, compressing, condensing, the inner body awareness. Your slow twitch muscles are working really hard. We have only 4 more. Exhale, inhale down, exhale, squeeze, you got this, 2 more. So great for working the back body. And exhale, lower down. Now we'll do the full body version. This is again where that sacrum needs to be bearing down because that pelvis wants to go into south when we do this, okay? Find that you bury the sacrum. Inhale, long spine. Anchor your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift everything up. Chest and legs. Again, we're not caving the core. Keep it lifting, co-contracting your pelvic floor up through your core. And exhale, lower. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift. Inhale, grow longer. Exhale, lower. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, lower down. Great work. Now we get to move into some diamond arms. Take your hands forward and make a diamond shape with your fingers touching each other. Your elbows are wide like a diamond. And this exercise is about your shoulder blades, getting to activate your lower trapezius. So you're not moving anything else. And we're definitely not letting the shoulders go up to the ears. Okay, so keep awareness of anchoring the shoulder blades, keeping the collarbones wide, and just isolate this from your lower trapezius, your sort of bra strap line. That's kind of where it is. So you might feel it, you might not, don't worry. Just see how this goes. All right, so inhale, nice and long. Exhale, lift the hands. And exhale, lower. Okay, anchor the sacrum down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift the arms now with the hands and the elbows. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lift the hands. And then lift the elbows. They're a little bit forward. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, anchor the sacrum, shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Hold, inhale. And exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, long spine. Anchor the sacrum and shoulder blades. Exhale, lift the arms, diamond arms. And lower down. Awesome. We'll do one more move here on our front body. We'll go into swimming. Arms reach forward, legs reach back. Make sure you've got your pelvis nice and neutral and stable. Shoulder blades going wide and down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your head and chest, and then take your opposite arm and leg. Actually, turn your palms to face in. Your opposite arm and leg up, and then switch. Switch, switch, switch. Inhale, exhale. So you're keeping your body in that float position. You've got your sacrum buried down, so you're not collapsing your core. You're feeling the work of your shoulder blades anchoring, your sacrum anchoring, and you're just squeezing from your glutes and the back of your arms, the shoulders. Good, we're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, working that posterior chain, 3, 2, and 1, relax. Feel free to sway out the legs. That should feel really nice. And then before we move on, I want to do a quick little stretch with the arms. So cross or thread one arm under the other, and then cross that arm on top. So the arms are straight, and you're just going to let your head sort of relax here. So this is stretching the back of the shoulders and the shoulder blade. One more breath here. Okay, and then we'll just switch it out. Cross the top arm under the bottom arm. And then just stay here, relax the head. One more breath. All right, really nice. So now that we're in this position, real quick, come onto tabletop. Bring your left leg forward. And we're just going to do a dynamic lunge, going forward and back, bending, stretching, flex the foot, press down, bend forward. You can also have your hands on blocks for this if you need. Okay, so we're getting a nice stretch through the hamstring and the back psoas. Okay, let's switch out. Going the other leg forward. And then bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Now, one more time. And then let's make our way to our back. Okay, perfect. So this is the finish line right here. We're going to be doing some stuff on our back that is going to be challenging our scapula, our upper body stability. And it's just really great to feel more of that spinal flexion in the thoracic. Okay? So we'll start with bridge, rolling bridge. Your feet, your heels are right underneath your knees. Press down into your heels, curl into north, and then we'll roll up your spine. Find that your shoulder blades are anchored. So we're not letting the shoulder blades lift, and we're not clasping the hands or anything. This is much more about shoulder blade anchoring. So think of that. Shoulder blades are reaching down and wide. You feel the sides of your, shoulder sockets turning on. Your serratus firing up. Back of your head heavy. Take an inhale, grow long from your thighs to your knees as you reach the heels down. And exhale, articulate down your back. All right, so the next move is called roll over. If you're uncomfortable with putting weight in your neck, or if you're unsure about that, just skip this and do the same bridge that we just did, okay? Here we go. So the legs are going to go overhead. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the knees up and then curl the body over. Weight in the shoulder blades, just like we did in bridge. Weight in the shoulder blades. And then slowly lower down the spine. Articulate through the spine. Now you can do this with the legs in tabletop or with the legs straight, your choice. Inhale here. Exhale, roll over. Curl to north. Take the legs parallel, flex the ankles. And then slowly roll down, articulate from the spine to bring the legs, the hips down, okay? And then we'll do that in a different foot position. So inhale first, exhale, curl. Now point the toes, bring the legs apart, and then curl down, articulate the spine. Good, and now we're gonna add the legs going forward and together. So they kind of like do a little circle. Now take the legs back, inhale, and exhale, curl down, flex the ankles, separate the legs, bring it forward together. Good, inhale, exhale, roll over, Legs parallel. Resist with the arms curled down, legs apart. Circle the legs forward and together. One more time. Exhale, curl. Flex the ankles, bring the legs apart, and then articulate down your spine. Really good work. Take your legs together and bring your knees into your chest. So that was rollover. Good work today. Take a quick little hip stretch here. Bring your left ankle over your right knee. Thread your left hand through the opening. And then feel a gentle pull to stretch from the left hip. So don't overdo any pulling or straining. Always let the flexibility come with time and effort. So you're using the work of your left hip to externally rotate. One breath here. And exhale, take the legs to the right. So you're getting a nice piriformis stretch. My right hand to my right ankle, my left ankle. And I'm just gonna let this stretch happen here in the glute and piriformis. You can take the opposite arm up into a goal post. Nice long inhale. And slow exhale. Come on into center and let's switch. Bring your right foot on top. Thread the right hand. Keep the sacrum flat. Bury it down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, energetically rotate from the hip sockets. Getting into external rotation. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, feel the rotation. And now let's take the legs to the left. Left hand on ankle, other arm into a goalpost position. Long inhale. And slow exhale. Good. Take yourself into center. Rock and roll. Up and down. Come into seated. Taking your feet together here. Nice and long, tall spine. If you prefer this with straight legs, go ahead. And exhale, hinge from your hips. Feel the sit bones reaching back. One inhale here. And exhale, letting go. Sit up nice and tall and just cross your legs. We'll close together with a nice ceiling practice. So feel the sit bones weighted down below. Feel the length of your spine. The whole front of your spine is feeling vibrant. Back of your spine feeling strong and supported. Inhale, reach the arms up. Feel the energy between your hands. Calling in divine light, divine energy. Exhale, bring the hands in to seal that energy down into your root chakra, down into the pelvis. Inhale, reach up, feel the energy. Exhale, sealing it down into the root chakra. And one more time, inhale, reach up. Feel that bright light, that golden light in you cascade down, hands to the heart. And thank yourself for showing up here. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. And please take a look at all my other formats, all kinds of levels of intensity. Let me know how you're feeling after this class today. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Hey, this is a fun one.